Everyone online is telling you a modern farmhouse costs 400 grand and a nervous breakdown. So we went out, called actual builders, pulled actual 2026 material pricing, and built 5 real single-slope modern farmhouses on paper. Every single one under $125,000. Not a starting at price. Not a marketing number with a missing kitchen. The real number, broken down room by room, dollar by dollar. And house number 5 on this list? It came in at $124,800. One slice of pizza away from blowing the budget. I'll show you exactly where that money went, and exactly where you could cut it if you needed to. Before we get into it, if you're into no BS build breakdowns like this, hit subscribe now, because this channel is turning into the place people come before they call a builder, not after. And seriously, stick around to the end, because house number 4 has a framing trick that alone will save you close to $9,000, and I'm not explaining it until we get there. Let's get into it. Why everyone's suddenly obsessed with the single slope roof. Quick reality check before we touch a single number. A single slope roof, sometimes called a mono-slope, shed roof, or skillion roof, is just one flat plane, pitched in one direction, instead of the classic two-sided gable everyone grew up drawing as a kid. It's the same roof shape you've seen on a garden shed your whole life, except architects figured out that if you stretch that shape across a full house, mix it with black steel windows, board and batten siding, and a deep covered porch, you get something that looks genuinely custom, even though structurally, it's one of the simplest, cheapest roofs you can build. That's not an accident. A single slope roof uses less material than a traditional gable or hip roof of the same footprint, has fewer valleys and hips where water can find its way in, and it's dramatically simpler to frame, which means less skilled labor, less time on site, and fewer change orders. Roofing contractors will tell you a simple shed roof shape can shave real money off material costs compared to a complex multiplane roof, purely because there's less surface area and complexity to build around. So when you combine a cheap-to-build roof shape with the farmhouse aesthetic everyone already loves, you get a house style that photographs like a 6-figure architect commission but frames like a garage. That gap between how expensive it looks and how cheap it actually is to build is the entire reason this video exists. The honest baseline numbers for 2026. Let's set the baseline so nobody in the comments accuses me of making numbers up. For a fully custom, contractor-built home in the US in 2026, national data puts the average build cost somewhere between $120 and $220 per square foot, depending on your state, your finish level, and your site conditions. A 2,000 square foot custom farmhouse at that rate lands you somewhere between $240,000 and $440,000. And that's before land, before permits, before the driveway. That's the number nobody wants to hear, and it's also not the number we're using today, because it assumes a fully custom architect, a general contractor building from scratch, and premium finishes throughout. Here's the number that actually matters for this video. Simplified structures, Barndominium style shells, metal kit buildings, and owner-managed builds using a farmhouse aesthetic are running $50 to $100 per square foot for the kit and shell alone, and $100 to $130 per square foot if you bring in contractors to finish the interior. That's roughly half the cost of a fully custom stick-built home, for a house that, on camera, nobody can tell the difference. That's the loophole. Every single home on this list uses some version of that loophole. A simplified structural shell, a single slope roof that saves on materials and labor, and a smart, staged finish out. Let's build them. How we're pricing these. Quick transparency section, because I want you trusting these numbers, not just liking the video. Every home below assumes you already own a buildable lot with utility access nearby, because land price swings so wildly by location that including it would make every number meaningless. We're pricing the structure only. Site prep, foundation, shell and roof, windows and doors, siding, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, interior finish out, appliances, and a contingency buffer. We are not including well and septic if you're fully off-grid, and we're not including landscaping. We're also giving you 2 paths on every home, the GC managed price, where you hire a general contractor to run the whole thing, and the owner builder price, where you act as your own GC and self-perform some of the finish work. That second number is where most of these families actually land under $125K. Being your own contractor isn't for everyone, but on a shed roof shell this simple, it's genuinely realistic even for a first-time builder. That's part of why this roof style is exploding right now. One more thing before we dive in. These are national averages built from real 2026 material and labor data. Your actual number will move up or down depending on your state, your site, and your finish choices. Treat this as your starting map, not a quote. House 1, the starter slope, 1480 SQS, $38,500. We're starting small on purpose, because this is the entry point for people who think a farmhouse build is completely out of reach. This is a 480 square foot single slope studio, one open living and sleeping area, a small kitchenette, one full bathroom, and a covered porch that basically doubles as an outdoor living room 3 seasons of the year. Foundation and site prep, $4,200. A simple pier or slab foundation for a footprint this small keeps costs down. No basement, no crawl space complications. Shell, framing, and single slope roof, $13,800. This is where the mono-slope roof earns its keep. Metal roofing on a simple pitch, standard 2x6 wall framing, OSB sheathing. Because there's only one roof plane and 0 valleys, framing labor on this house takes a fraction of the time a comparable gable roof would. Windows, doors, and the statement window wall, $4,600. One large black-framed window wall facing the porch is doing all the modern farmhouse visual work here. It's the single most important design decision on this build, and it's genuinely inexpensive at this scale. Siding and exterior, $3,900. Board and batten on the gable end, standing seam metal panel on the lower slope side to save on labor and maintenance. Electrical and plumbing rough-in, $5,100. Small footprint keeps runs short. 1 bathroom, 1 kitchenette line. HVAC, $2,200. A single mini-split system easily covers 480 square feet. Interior finish, cabinets, fixtures, $4,700. Simple shaker cabinets, a stock vanity, LVP flooring throughout. Total, $38,500. That's about $80 per square foot. This is your guest house, your rental cabin, your prove the concept before you build the big one house. And notice, we're not even a third of the way to budget. House 2, the weekend retreat, 900 SQ foot, $68,200. Now we scale up to something a small family could actually live in full-time, or a couple could retire into. 900 square feet, 1 bedroom plus a loft or flex office, 1 full bath, and a real kitchen, not a kitchenette. Foundation and site prep, $7,600. Slightly larger footprint, still a simple slab, but we're adding a proper frost-protected footing depending on climate zone. Shell, framing and roof, $21,300. Same single slope logic, larger scale. We're using engineered trusses on the low side to open up ceiling height on the high side. That vaulted interior ceiling is one of the signature, expensive-looking features of this style. And on a shed roof, it's almost free to achieve because the structure naturally creates it. Windows and doors, $8,100. Black aluminum-clad windows, a sliding glass door out to the porch. This is usually the line item people try to cut, and I'd tell you not to. Window quality is what separates cheap-looking from intentionally minimal. Siding and exterior, $6,800. Full board and batten with a stone or brick accent wall on the entry. A classic modern farmhouse move that adds real curb appeal for relatively little material cost. Electrical and plumbing, $7,900. Full kitchen plumbing package now, including a dishwasher line. HVAC, $3,400. 2-zone mini-split for the main floor and the loft. Interior finish and appliances, $6,900. Real appliance package this time. Range, fridge, dishwasher, plus tile in the bathroom instead of a stock surround. Contingency, 10%, $6,200. Because at this size, you want a real buffer for surprises, not just a rounding error. Total, $68,200, roughly $76 per square foot. House 3, the family starter, $96,400. This is where things get genuinely interesting. Because 1,200 square feet is enough for a real family. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, an open kitchen living dining space, and a mudroom entry, which honestly might be the most requested feature in every modern farmhouse comment section I've ever read. Foundation and site prep, $10,400. Shell, framing and roof, $29,600. At this size, we're leaning into the Barndominium adjacent build method, a post frame or simplified stick frame structure under that single slope metal roof. This construction method is one of the reasons Barndominium-style shells routinely land in that $50 and $100 per square foot range for the shell alone, well under a fully custom stick-built structure of the same size. Windows and doors, $10,800. Black-framed windows throughout, a statement double door at the entry. Siding and exterior, $9,200. Mixed material, board and batten body, vertical metal accent panel under the porch overhang, which is becoming the signature look for this whole style in 2026. Electrical and plumbing, $12,100. 2 full bathrooms worth of rough-in, plus a laundry hookup in the mudroom. EFAC, $4,800. Central mini-split system sized for 3 zones. Interior finish, cabinets, flooring, appliances, $10,900. This is the biggest single-line item outside the shell, and it's where families are tempted to go over budget fast. Quartz countertops instead of laminate alone can add several $1,000s. We kept it to a mid-grade quartz look-alike laminate and stock cabinetry with upgraded hardware, which reads expensive in photos without the expensive price tag. Contingency, 10%, $8,600. Total, $96,400. About $80 per square foot, and still nearly $30,000 of headroom under budget. House 4, the modern homestead, 1,450 SQ Fifth, $114,900. Okay, this is the one I told you about at the top. This is where that framing trick comes in, and I promised you I wouldn't explain it until we got here, so let's talk about it. 1,450 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, an open concept great room, and an attached 1-car garage bay that doubles as a workshop. This is the house most people picture when they say modern farmhouse. Foundation and site prep, $12,600. Shell, framing and single slope roof, $32,700. Here's the trick. Instead of framing the garage bay as a separate structure or a fully enclosed second roofline, we extended the single slope roof plane straight over the top of it. Same pitch, same plane, 0 additional roof complexity. Roofers will tell you that every additional roof plane, valley, or transition adds real labor cost on top of material cost, because it means more cutting, more flashing, more time. By keeping the entire structure, house and garage, under one continuous slope, we avoided an entire second roof system. That single decision alone is the roughly $9,000 in savings I mentioned in the intro, compared to framing the garage under its own separate roofline. Windows and doors, $13,400. Larger window wall in the great room, black steel-look garage door that matches the window trim. Siding and exterior, $11,600. Board and batten with a real stone veneer base around the lower third of the front elevation. The kind of detail that makes a house look twice as expensive as it is. Electrical and plumbing, $14,900. 2 full baths, laundry room, workshop electrical subpanel for the garage bay. Shea ZCC, $6,200. Central system with a dedicated workshop zone. Interior finish, cabinets, flooring, appliances, $13,100. Contingency, 10%, $10,400. Total, $114,900. About $79 per square foot. House 5, the Showstopper, 1,600 SQ feet, $124,800. And here's the one that almost broke the rule. 1,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, a covered wraparound porch, and a full-height vaulted great room, made possible entirely by that single slope roofline. The high side of the roof gives you 9, 10, sometimes 11 feet of interior ceiling height, without adding a second story or a complicated roof structure. Foundation and site prep, $14,800. Shell, framing and roof, $35,900. Largest footprint on the list, but still one continuous roof plane. No valleys, no hips, no second-story framing. Windows and doors, $15,200. This is the house that goes big on glass. Full window wall facing the porch, black steel French doors off the primary bedroom. Siding and exterior, $12,900. Full board and batten with vertical wood accent detailing under the porch, black gutters and downspouts to keep the trim monochrome. Electrical and plumbing, $15,800. 2 full bathrooms, laundry room, and an outdoor shower rough-in off the porch. A small but very in-demand 2026 farmhouse feature. HVAC, $7,100. Interior finish, cabinets, flooring, appliances, $14,400. This is the biggest finish package on the list. Real quartz counters, upgraded plumbing fixtures, and a larger appliance package for 4 bedrooms worth of family. Contingency, 7%. Tighter buffer at this budget, $8,700. And I want to be upfront. At this size, a 10% buffer would push you to roughly $127,700 over budget. This is the one house on the list where I genuinely tell you to either trim the finish package by a few $1,000s or accept a slightly thinner contingency cushion and be disciplined about change orders during the build. Total, $124,800, about $78 per square foot, and about $200 of breathing room under our $125K ceiling, where people actually blow the budget. Every single one of these 5 homes stayed under budget, and it wasn't luck. It was 5 specific decisions, and if you're planning your own build, these are the ones that matter most. Mistake 1, fighting the roof shape. The entire reason this style is affordable is the single, continuous roof plane. The second you add a dormer, a second roof direction, or a complicated garage tie-in like the wrong way, you're adding real labor cost on top of material cost. Keep the roofline simple and extend it, like we did on House 4, instead of building around it. Mistake 2, upgrading windows and countertops in the same build. Pick one splurge item, not 2. On every house in this list, the window package or the exterior stone accent did the visual heavy lifting, which let us keep cabinets and counters at a smart mid-grade level without the house looking cheap on camera. Mistake 3, skipping the contingency line entirely. Every single home on this list has a contingency built in, and House 5 shows you exactly why. It's the line item that keeps a normal, unglamorous supply price increase from turning into a budget crisis 6 weeks into your build. Mistake 4, not deciding early whether you're owner building. The GC managed number and the owner builder number on a home like this can differ by 15 to 30%, according to typical Barndominium style build data. If you're even considering managing subcontractors yourself, decide before you sign a single contract, not halfway through the framing phase. So there you have it, 5 real single-slope modern farmhouses, from a 480 square foot starter cabin at 38,500 square foot all the way up to a 1,600 square foot 4-bedroom Showstopper at $124,800, and every one of them backed by real 2026 material and labor numbers, not marketing fluff. If this saved you from believing the "you need $500,000" myth, do me a favor, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me which of the 5 houses you'd actually build, because I read every single one and it genuinely shapes what I price out next. If you want the full itemized spreadsheet version of these 5 budgets, I'm putting a link in the description. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications, because next week, I'm pricing out what happens when you take these exact same 5 floor plans and build them off-grid, with well and septic included. That number is going to surprise you in the opposite direction, so you don't want to miss it. I'll see you in the next one.